mucus and all these other things. The enterocyte is where we are going to live and breathe. This is where all of this is going to happen, so we need to know it really well. It's tall columnar epithelium. So if you think back to your different types of epithelium, what that means is the nucleus is pushed down toward the bottom, right? It's very long and extended, and when you look at it, it's a single layer, and there's a basolateral membrane where things pass through. Nutrients can go in or out both ways. Waste can go in or out. It's just one layer. It's specialized for absorption of nutrients. Mine has what looks like a little crown up here, or Bart Simpson's hair. Exactly. So there, we're going to expand this drawing every week. We're going to be putting tons of transport proteins, receptor proteins, enzymes on this brush border membrane. For today, we're not going to put those in there because we haven't learned about them yet. So these are all the microvilli, right? We're not going to draw 3,000, but we can do a couple. Okay, so look at the surface area change. 600 times the surface area. 200 cubic meters. That's crazy. I mean, that's 600 times the surface area. That is an unbelievable amount of capacity we have to absorb things and bring them into our bodies. Okay, so I didn't put the glycocalyx in here. It's right up here at the top. It's the water layer that allows these objects to move in. So the nutrients sit in this glycocalyx, and then the glycocalyx is above the transport and receptor proteins, and then the cell gets the signals and the nutrients through. If we didn't have this water layer, a lot of the hydrophilic molecules would just pass straight through. So we have this little area where they can be at least partially dissolved or suspended so that the proteins on the brush border membrane have the ability to bring them in. Okay? All right. So here's my board drawing. This is actually the second part of the quiz. So, okay. So here is the drawing of this. Most of this is familiar from cellular review. We're not even going to talk too much about what these things do. You're going to be asked, I guarantee, somewhere on the midterm or final exam to draw this with some other stuff on it. I'm going to ask you where to put the transport protein, or what a chirolomicron is, or what that type of thing. So you need to have this in your head. And I always talk about my vacuoles. Okay. So what's in here? We have a basolateral cell membrane. Okay? The basolateral cell membrane is at the bottom. This is where the blood vessels are. This is the transport out to the rest of the body. So we have the apical or brush border membrane. That is facing the lumen of the small intestine. This is where intake happens, up here, where all the little microvilli are. So things in general go from up here to down there. The cell also has to function as a working cell. It has a nucleus and a nucleolus. It has rough endoplasmic reticulum with ribosomes on it so it can make proteins, and then Golgi apparatus so it can package those proteins and fold them correctly so they can be used. It has smooth endoplasmic reticulum so it can deal with the lipid type things that it needs to make, okay, which can also be attached to Golgi apparatus, but I'm running out of space. It has mitochondria, and mitochondrion is the single of mitochondria, so that it can produce ATP and make energy so it can run all these reactions. It has vacuoles, both for storage and for transport. In fact, a lot of times if it's sending lipids out, it makes these little vacuoles and then moves them down to leave, right? A lot of times that'll be attached to the Golgi apparatus, but as they're going from here to there, it's going to be a vacuole. It has lysosome, which is involved in breaking down waste. So it is a fully functioning cell. We are going to add all of these other things that it does because it's a specialized fully functioning cell. So, but in order to add the extra, we have to understand what's in there first. Okay? So I'm going to go back to the quiz is literally exactly draw this. Like everything that is on the quiz is on this, but I'll switch back. Oh no, that's not the right switch back. This one